Welcome back to Broken Bobby's transformation page. In the late 80s, I became involved with drugs and would eventually become part of that lifestyle of trafficking, addiction, and violence. Over the next 20 years, I would be in and out of jail and prison. If you're thinking about trying something or you're dealing with addiction, your life don't need to go down the same path mine did. I hurt a lot of people, both physically and emotionally. These are my stories of how I transformed my life, and you can too. Let's get it. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail, this is going to be more of a profile. This is the story of Kevin G. Roby. Now, let me give you guys a little bit of background on this before I dive into it. I was going to do a story on a recent event that happened at Chino involving Mr. Roby. And in looking at his picture and looking at his name, I thought he looked like I've seen or heard the name before. So I did a Google search on Mr. Roby, and boy, this guy's got quite a background. So let's make this more of a profile type video here. So Mr. Roby is 60 years old currently. In 1998, he was convicted of some really heinous crimes, actually. And YouTube wouldn't like it if I said what they were. So I'm going to put an image up here. And if you are so inclined to, pause the video and just read what he is accused of. Some S offenses involving family, and just some really terrible stuff. He is an alleged, he's a member of a satanic group, according to what I was able to find. And the thing is, in the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitations, when it comes to religion, you can follow whatever you want, and they have to make that stuff available for you. So like I said, he was convicted of to life without parole for a first-degree murder, as well as several other charges. Like I said, I put that image up for you guys to read of what he was convicted of, and I'm not going to say what it was or who it involved. But before we go any further with this, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and let me know what you think. Hit the notification bell so that anytime I go live or I drop a new video, you will be informed, and you can jump on it when you are ready. And also join the channel and become a member. That is the absolute best way to support the Broken Bobby's transformation movement, and I appreciate it if you would. So, like I said, he was convicted in '98. A family member disappeared in the '80s, and he allegedly told the police that 3 ninjas abducted this family member. Okay, so this is going way back. He wasn't arrested and convicted until the late '90s. So the case had went cold, and eventually he was found to be the prime suspect in this situation, and he was charged and convicted. Now, he didn't have a jury trial. I guess he elected for a non-jury trial, and that seems a little strange as well, because with a jury trial in California, you just have to have one person say you're not guilty. You know, with a non-jury trial, basically it's just a judge, and the odds are really stacked against you when you go non-jury. So you know, it appeared as though there may be some mental issues with the guy, but like I said, he was a member of the Satanic Christ Church, and he would eventually be sent to Pelican Bay, way up north. And Actually, I have some questions on this one. So, if you ran with a black car in California prison, maybe you can help me with this one, because I remember hearing another YouTuber tell a story about his first prison unaliving, which occurred September 6th of 2005. And basically his victim was Lloyd Avery II. This happened in Pelican Bay, on, as I remember it, on a mainline prison yard. Now, with the charges that he had, what I'm wondering is, how was he able to walk the main line? Now, I've talked to some people that I know in the past, and I even did a video on if blacks check paperwork. And what I was told was that it's more like, does anybody know this guy? Can anybody vouch for him, basically? And I'm just wondering, I'm assuming he was non-affiliate, so maybe that is one way he may have slipped through the cracks there. But yeah, I'm just curious about that. But yeah, the guy that he unalived, Lloyd Avery II, you probably remember him from the Boys in the Hood movie, when the red Hyundai came to the alley and Ricky took off running, and the guy leaned out the back window with the thing. That was Lloyd Avery. So he had his 15 minutes of fame, and then ended up in prison himself, and ended up becoming unalived by Mr. Roby. Now, fast forward 19 years. On August the 11th at Chino, CIM, Chino Institute for Men, at 8:30 p.m., Kevin Roby allegedly came out of the housing unit wearing only his boxers and shower shoes. He ignored officers' orders to stop and continued to the yard and yelled he'd kill anyone left on the yard, and pulled out an inmate manufactured weapon. Now, that just trying to come out to yard in just your boxers and shower shoes is very strange behavior for mainline population. I don't know how they do it on the SNY side, and I don't know if he was on an SNY yard at Chino, but that's very strange. Shower shoes on the yard will get you beat up, at the very least. That definitely calls for a discipline, because in the California Department of Corrections, you need to stay ready all the time. You need to be suited and booted, basically. You don't necessarily need to wear boots to every yard, but you do need to have shoes on. So trying to come out in shower shoes and then talking like that he would kill anyone left on the yard, and pulling out a weapon, definitely some strange behavior. It says, the article continues, that officers called a Code 1 response, formed a skirmish line. If you don't know what a skirmish line is, basically it's like when you see riot videos on the streets where all the cops are in a line and they start pressing forward to like disperse people. So they formed a skirmish line, and according to the article, Robbie ran towards the skirmish line and stabbed the CO in the head. They used chemical weapons and force to quell the situation, and the CO that was injured was taken to an outside medical facility where he was released. So his injuries were minor. It must have just been like a graze wound or something. But yeah, this guy's had quite a history. And you know, like I said, drop a comment and let me know. Is it because he was a non-affiliate? His paperwork never got checked in Pelican Bay? Because from what I understand, he was on a mainline yard. And that's level 4, 180. That's playing with the big boys right there. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I know the blacks' politics, or, you know, what should have been done or what shouldn't have been done. You know, every car kind of moves in their own way. So, you know, I don't know. Is that something that should have been checked? Is it word of mouth type of thing that gets you cleared to program? Like I said, I don't know. But the message of this video, most importantly, is if we don't put ourselves in situations where we end up in prison, then we don't have to worry about having some Sally that may try to unalive us, or that isn't quite all there, you know? I mean, no disrespect to Mr. Roby. I don't wasn't there for any of these situations, so I can't speak definitively on any of it. I'm just going on prior reports and what's been reported on this guy. But yeah, that's a crazy situation. And you know, if we build a strong foundation and protect our sobriety, then we won't have to worry about being in situations like this. So family, fitness, and freedom are the things that allowed me to get my life together, and they can help you as well. If you're new to sobriety, welcome. I believe in you. You can do this. You know, I did it. So anybody can do it. You know, you just have to want it. So, you know, I hope everybody's having a great week. And don't look at the mountain to start climbing.